Welcome everyone. This is Tracy Wagner with Versatile Inspirations, and today we're going to be talking about how you can protect your energy. So we're going to be discussing energy protection, and some of them you may have heard of before, some of them may be new to you. But during this time, especially if you're live with me today, it is October, and since the 9/9, so September 9th portal opened, the veil to the spirit realm and other dimensions is thinning. And so this is a time when we are able to sense things and feel things and hear things and even see things that sometimes we haven't been able to before. And especially if we are sensitive to those energies. If you're working with doing yoga or meditation or Reiki or just learning about spirituality and your own chakras or just energy healing, any of those modalities is going to create the ability for you to be open, for you to be experiencing things, for you to be accepting those energies. But we don't want all of those energies because we are constantly bombarded with energy, everybody else's energy, the world's energy, just energies all over the place. And because of that, we want to maybe protect ourselves a little bit from those things. It's kind of like creating your own boundaries. Everybody needs boundaries. You can't just say yes to everything. There's some things that we need to just say no to, or to have the ability to leave the situation, not experience the situation, etc. And so protecting your energy is something that some people are going to notice it because there's going to be that boundary there. But a lot of times it's just for your protection or for your family's protection, your home's protection, your pet's protection, especially when the veil's open and spirit knows it and other dimensions know it, other galaxies know it. So this is the time that we will be experiencing things, and we are open more to those other energies that come through, and there's a lot of them. so we're going to just be talking about ways that we can kind of protect our energy. So let me screen share and we'll get started. So today we are talking about energy protection. So I just want you to think of this energy protection as like a lifeline, something that we can actually just get so that we can be protected from the things that we're not ready to experience, or the things that we just don't want to experience them right now. It's just your lifeline. It's your ability to stay in your boundaries for what you want to experience and what you don't want to experience. Also, it is a way of tapping into our angels and our spirit team and asking that they hear us so that they can help protect us as well. We have our guardian angels, but we also have other spirit team members, including other angels and archangels, that can help us to raise our energy and to shower us with their protective energy, especially when we're working with Archangel Michael, so that he can actually help us and protect us from those things that are just not for our highest and best good. Also, when we do this, it's rippling out the information. And so we're able to help others to understand and experience those things for their own, experience the protection from the angels, from their spirit team, and know that that is another way of keeping your boundaries safe and keeping yourself, your energy safe. So first way I'm going to be talking about is cleaning or sweeping. And if you've seen brooms around this time of year, especially if you're going to portray a witch, or maybe you are a witch, so you already know what the broom represents. It's the sweeping out or the clearing out of energy or just old stagnant energy, which sometimes can be in the form of dirt and dust. And so just sweeping out that energy out of your home, out of your workspace, just out of your space in general, even if you are just envisioning a broom and you're sweeping out the negative energies on your body. You can do that as well. It's just that sweeping motion, that clearing and cleansing motion of getting rid of that energy. Now, when I do tarot readings or oracle readings, any kind of readings that deal with cards, I wrap on them and then I swish or brush or clear the energy, the old energy away so that it doesn't kind of collect back onto the cards, that it just kind of clears it away. So you can do that, and it's a wonderful way to clear, especially your space, your home or your office, just that space, including yourself. Meditation and affirmations. When we use affirmations, what we're doing, especially really powerful affirmations such as I am, what we're doing is we are protecting our energies from the lower vibrational ideas of ourselves or others or situations. When we do that, especially when we combine affirmations with either a walking meditation and nature meditation, just sitting for a couple minutes, just bringing our energy into ourself and just being still for a few minutes. When we say powerful affirmations such as the I am, and you declare powerful, positive messages of yourself and to others and environments and everything else, what that does is it creates a boundary. It creates a protective bubble around yourself saying, I am only these positive things, and these other ideas from others or from myself even just have no place here. I am a powerful being, and I am a powerful divine representation of my spirit self. And so when you say that, what you're declaring a lot in just those few words. But if you think of the word divine, if you think of the word powerful, those have a lot of ideas and concepts associated with them, and you're declaring them for yourself. Just like a limitless being, a being of love unconditional. Those are what you're declaring for yourself when you say those powerful words. And so those are very powerful in keeping your energy protected and uplifted just by saying those simple affirmations, especially during a time of meditation. Earthing or grounding. Now, this can be not even in nature. So when we ground ourselves, what we're really doing is we're grounding our energy down into the physical manifestation of Earth, the physical Mother Gaia. We are grounding our physical beings along with our energy, our energetic self. We're grounding that into the earth and saying we are here in this physical form for a purpose. And so we need to ground out any negative or lower energies down into the earth and let it just be transmuted. We can also do this by doing a complete grounding by going up into our stellar gateway and letting our energy go up into the cosmos, up into the divine spirit, and just being able to bring down that beautiful divine white light, and then grounding down any earthly or physical lower energies that we're just not wanting, transmute them that way down into the earth, down into Mother Gaia so that those can be transmuted, but we can also transmute up into the divine white light, up into the cosmos, and let that just be still. Also, earthing is a great way to protect yourself. What you're doing when you go out into nature, especially if you can be barefoot and on the ground, on the earth, on grass or moss, anything, what that does is it just helps to raise our vibration, raise our energy, and allow for that protection of Earth, of the Earth Mother, to just to encapsulize ourselves, just to put a beautiful protective bubble around our energy. And that way we can go about our day with this beautiful earth protection for us. We are earth beings right now. We've manifested onto planet Earth. And so we can gather that energy for ourselves as well. But that also includes our spirits, our soul self, our spirit, or our energy that we have around us. That also includes that, because it's part of our physical manifestation. Our energetic being is inside of our physical body, our physical manifestation. Our auras can be seen, but the chakras that we have are within our subtle body, and that is within our physical being. So by earthing and grounding is another great way to protect your energy. Smudging and clearing. Smudging usually can be done with Palo Santo wood, or you can use sage, or you can use, there's other things that you can use for smudging. Those are the two that I usually use. But you can also mix up a solution of essential oils. And with the essential oils, what you're doing is you're trying to kind of replicate that smudging or that clearing, so that it clears, especially any like negative or lower energies. Just get rid of them, just to erase them and clear them, so that you can shine your brightest. And that also creates a bubble around you. When your aura is nice and healthy, then, and your energetic being is nice and healthy. So what we can do is we can mix up essential oils that raise our vibration. Now, not everybody likes the same smells. Trust me. A lot of people like to put lavender in their smudging or their clearing, which is fine if I'm going to spray it somewhere else. But if I'm going to spray it on me, I don't like the smell of lavender, which is so weird. It actually kind of gives me kind of a little bit of a like my throat closes a little bit when it's really close to me. So what I use is I use like lemon or orange, or even a sage essential oil, and I put that in a spray bottle, and I can spray that around. And especially the sage, I find is really nice and clearing of the space. Sometimes I use my essential oil that I actually got from a local store, but it's a moldavite, and whatever's in it, I have never been able to find a recipe or anything how to make it, but it smells heavenly to me. It smells very, very clearing. And so I can spray that, and I can feel the protection, and I can feel my energy raise when I use it. So whatever smells good for you and makes you happy, that is the essential oil that will be good for clearing of yourself. You don't have to use what everybody else says you should use, because you may be allergic to it or you may have a reaction that is not great. So don't use something that you know to be harmful to you, but use something that when you just smell it, it really raises your vibration. I've heard of a lot of people using frankincense and myrrh and cedarwood, and those things are great for clearing too, especially if you like those smells. Patchouli, those kinds of smells and incense are wonderful for clearing and smudging of this space too. And those, especially when they raise your vibration, is going to have a protective bubble around it for you, so that you can have your vibration raised, but you're offering yourself some protection too. Water bathing, and especially salt water. These are wonderful clearing things, things that will take out or help you release any kind of negative energies or emotions. But it also, because there again, it's clearing and raising your vibration, it's creating a protective bubble around you. And so these things are wonderful to help you stay in protective mode for your beautiful energy. Now, I'm showing this picture for a reason. A lot of people think of tarot readers or psychics or things using crystal balls, and they think of it as some woo-woo-y weird thing, but all it really is, all a crystal ball is a focus mechanism. It is a focusing tool to use to focus your intentions. And when you do that, it's also a scrying tool. So when a lot of people, when they look into it and you allow your gaze to just soften so that it almost just becomes a blur in your vision, what that does is it allows you to open up to the messages and the guidance that you're trying to receive. And so people use them in different ways, but I wanted to show you and kind of explain this to you because this is what we're going to be kind of working with the next several tools that we can use for energy protection. So protective bubbles, that's the first thing that a lot of people think of when you say protecting your energy. So putting yourself, your family, your business, the world, or our animals in a protective bubble. And this can be a clear bubble, or it can be a bubble that is colored, matching with an archangel or with whatever that color represents to you. I like to use a clear bubble just so that you can see it and you can, it just looks like a barrier. So when you use a clear bubble, it can be a complete circle or a complete bubble around something. A lot of times people put something that looks like egg-shaped because it just incorporates maybe some other things or whatnot. But some people use an egg shape instead of the bubble. But either way, it doesn't matter. Whatever what you're trying to do is create a protective, completely encapsulated bubble around a person, a thing, yourself, or several things, even your home. What you're doing is you're just creating what I say is just a protective barrier. And that protective barrier doesn't mean that positive things can't come through, but it's what you intend for it. Do you intend to protect yourself from negative thought? Do you intend to protect yourself from, maybe you don't want to see spirit and you want to protect yourself from seeing spirit? You can do that as well. Some people like to envision a pure white divine light around themselves, and that's great too. And what that does is anything that comes through gets transmuted into love. And so anything that comes through, whether it started out maybe in a negative form, but as it comes through, it transmutes, and what you think of is just really where maybe the intention should be coming from, a loving and positive place. And so it helps you to look at maybe negative situations in a different light. And so that is a wonderful thing with that beautiful divine white light. It's a very wonderful protective bubble, protective shield. And that is one thing that I really work with people and even myself when we are looking to tap into the spirit, because when we protect ourselves, then what that's telling spirit is we only want what's of our highest and best good to come through. And so that's what comes through. We can also use, like I said, colored bubbles. These colored bubbles can include, if you're in a location that feels very chaotic, very maybe lower energy, we can call on Archangel Jophiel, who has a beautiful pink aura about herself, and ask for a beautiful pink protective bubble to come around us. And when you do that, you're protecting yourself from the chaos that is happening around you. You're protecting yourself from accepting the lower energies that's among you, and you're only allowing for what to come through, good and pure and love to come through. So you don't have to worry about the chaos that's going around you. When we envision that beautiful Archangel Raphael bubble of beautiful pink, then we can just keep that bubble around us. Or if you know that people, people that you love are going to be in some kind of sketchy situations, and you want to help protect them from that, protect them and possibly keep them from going into that situation, ask that a bubble be put around them as well. Now, we can't infringe on other people's free will. That's a no-no. But if they accept that, and they personally don't have to accept it, but their spirit self and their soul self can accept it and allow that to be placed around them, which helps to interpret that situation as maybe I shouldn't be doing that. And so that's helpful as well. But remember, it's not infringing on anyone's free will. That is a no-no. It's just putting the idea out there, and if it's accepted, it's accepted, and if it's not, it's not. It's of what that person needs to experience for themselves. So that is the protective bubble. I'm sure you've probably heard of it, especially if you've thought about or looked up energy protection. That is like a big one for everyone. But also there's another one. Oop, let me move this over here. There we go. Okay, so the other one is envisioning. Now, this hand placement may look familiar to a lot of people. A lot of people that do Reiki or energy healing do this. What we have in the palms of our palms of our hands are the palm chakras. They're very powerful chakras, and we use this for giving and receiving. We also use this for energy healing. And what you do is you just place your hands in this open circle, and then you envision something in the center. And there again, just like the protective bubble, it is similar, but what you're doing is you're envisioning the thing that you want to protect, even yourself, in that protective sphere. And by offering that protection with your palm chakras and allowing it to just kind of really inundate that envisioned thing in the center of your hands with protection or love, then that is creating that same energy protection around those things. And there again, it can be our loved ones, other people, places, things, our animals, nature, the world. We can do this and just envision in the center this thing or person and envision a protective energy surrounding that person or thing. And this is just a wonderful way to go as well. It's very powerful. All right. The number one protection out there is love. Love is a wonderful protection. It is a powerful energy riser. It is the highest level of vibration that is out there, is love. And so when we show love, when we feel love, you're creating a beautiful bubble around that person, yourself, things, especially our loved ones and our friends, our family, our pets. And this love just goes, there's no barrier. It's limitless. It's unconditional. And that is a beautiful protection as well. The love is a just most magnificent protection for anyone and anything. And that's why I really believe that self-love and self-respect are the number one way in which we can protect ourselves. By offering yourself some self-care and self-love, you're creating a higher vibration, and you're creating a vibration that is a protective vibration for yourself. And so by showing yourself some love, you are just showing yourself the energy protection that you need throughout the day. And so it's easier to get through the day when we are feeling that love, when we're feeling that protection from that love. And so with that, try and do that every night. Show yourself a little bit of love. Show it with these energy protection practices that we've been talking about, with salt baths, with showers, with just the giving yourself some beautiful energy from your own hands, by sweeping out the old so that that stuff just doesn't become cluttered and create an atmosphere of just heaviness. Sweep it out, let it go. Light a candle, make yourself some tea, and just give yourself some love. And you can also offer some of that love to someone else. It's just a beautiful reminder that that protection, that energy protection, is pretty much everywhere. All right. Wonderful. I hope you learned some new fun ways in which you can raise your vibration and offer yourself some beautiful protection from any of the energies that maybe you don't want to experience. Now, there's also some other ways in which we can, especially if you're sensitive to seeing spirit. What we have in the middle of our forehead, around our brow area, is our third eye. Now, for a lot of people, our third eye is shut and we're not wanting to see or experience anything. Maybe we don't believe in the paranormal, metaphysical, spirituality. Maybe we just don't want to deal with that. We're very physically oriented or material oriented, and that's fine. And a lot of them are, our third eye is kind of shut or completely shut in some cases. But those of us who are on an evolutionary track, or transformational track, or looking to advance our spirituality, even with just yoga practice or meditation, or if we're really involved in searching out the paranormal or the metaphysical, then what we need to do is, because our third eye is going to be wide open, so it's going to be seeing, experiencing, acknowledging all of the things that may be unseen. But what we can do is we can just put a protective bubble either around our third eye, or we can just envision our third eye going from fully open to just kind of shutting down a little bit. And it doesn't have to be fully shut. It can be just kind of partially shut, but we can offer that same protection to our third eye. Also, if we don't want to experience hearing, we can put protective bubbles around our ear chakras, and those are some new chakras, but they're actually for our clear audience. And so we can just envision, there again, just like we did for our third eye, we can envision just protective bubbles around our clear audience, around where our ear chakras are. We can just kind of, keep it so that maybe we just don't want to hear spirit because it may be really loud right now. So that's okay. And then when we want to listen to it, we can take those bubbles away, or we can just say, you know what, I just want to create a divine white light around myself, and only allow the things that are for my highest and best good, or for my client's highest or best good, or just for the information that I need at this time. Any and all of these protective ways of protecting our energy have nothing to do with our intuition. Our intuition is always intact. It is one of our lifelines to spirit. It is what helps and protects us walking around throughout the day, whether it is during the time of thinning of the veil or not. But our intuition is our intuition, and it's going to tell us a lot more about whether we are getting into difficult situations, the right situations, or things like that. And so these energy protections have nothing to do with our intuition. Our intuition comes from the divine, it comes from our spirit self, which is still in spirit, and it connects directly with our soul self. And then our soul self lets us know in whatever way it sees fit. And so that's why our intuition can never be messed with, because it just is. It's a divine, it's part of our free will, and it's our divine connection. And so with that none of these things will hinder any of the protective energy modalities or tools that we've talked about today. So just know that. Also, I didn't talk about crystals or stones or anything like that, but they do protect. I have them all over, and so that offers some protection as well. That offers a lot of earth energy radiating, because that's what crystals are earth energies. Now, one of the archangels that we've talked about is Archangel Jophiel. And so if you get something like a rose quartz, I know it's very pale pink, but if you get some rose quartz, that to me represents Archangel Jophiel. And so that is a very wonderful way to keep chaos at bay. And so it helps to create a very calm location. And if you keep one in your pocket, what that does is it radiates that that chaotic protection. And so it helps to keep you safe from that. And so working with crystals and stones is a wonderful way to also create that protection. All right. There's some beautiful ways, and there's lots and lots of other ways, but these are just some of my favorites that really help to create that energy protection that we may be needing at this time, especially during when the thinning of the veil is happening. Now, it's not so much to say it's from spirit that these things are bombarding us, but also from people experiencing it and not knowing what it is, to keep us protected from just those vibrations that don't serve us any good, especially when we're on our own mission, we're on our own life purpose. And so during this time, it just seems like there's so much bombarding us that just taking these tiny little things and being able to work with them really helps. I think it really helps. You can feel it, it's palpable. And so protect yourself. You'll find that your energy and your batteries are able to be charged fully, and you'll feel like you can go through your day a lot more easily and more in flow. So you take care. Thank you for spending some time with me today. I so appreciate it. And as always, I'm sending you and yours love, light, and eternal blessings. Take care.